So first I'd like to start off by saying this is just my personal opinion and thoughts as a fan of the Persona series, and you don't have to agree, and I'd like to hear your thoughts though. But anyway, I feel like Persona 3 Fez is better than Persona 3 Reload. I remember before the release of Persona 3 Reload, I was so hyped that a remake of Persona 3 was coming out, and I remember pre-ordering the game and staying up all night to play it. I fell in love with the new soundtrack, the colors, the new voice acting, and the way the characters presented themselves. And it made me feel really happy. But isn't this a game about death? My main thing is I feel like Persona 3 Reload doesn't capture the same feeling that Fez does. Granted, it is a different game and that's fair, but I feel like Persona 3's true message is best intended on Persona 3 Fez, with the game's more grungy dark feel that the game being from the early 2000s brought, easily matching the outfits better and the time so well. And it seemed to lock you more into this something's not right here vibe, instead of it only being there for the dark hour like in Reload. I even like the cutscenes more in Fez, with that early 2000s anime vibe cementing everything, really making me question what the fuck's going on in this game, especially when you open Fez and the first thing you see is Yukari trying to shoot herself. And speaking about the dark hour real quick, Reload does have a fun Tartarus to explore, making me excited to reach a new block area to see what it would look like, so definitely none taken there. But when we talk about the battling, I'm gonna give this one to Fez again though. Something that a lot of people see as a downside in Fez is not being able to control your own party members. But as someone who's played all throughout Fez, I feel like it definitely gives the characters more of a personality. With Yukari missing bow shots, Mitsuru trying to cast Markarn on everything even if it doesn't even have the weakness to it, which was very annoying at times, but you learn to really appreciate it later, especially whenever you actually best the game like this. And in Reload, it felt strange not having to yell at these characters every 5 seconds, or getting mad at Yukari for missing easy shots. Then we have Theurges. It's no secret that Fez was probably the last hard Persona game, with every installment afterwards being pretty easy from Persona 4 up. So the remake being easier than its counterparts was expected, but Theurges really made it easy, especially if you charged up multiple on different characters before the boss. You could essentially just nuke the boss with no penalties. Then they got rid of the fatigue system, which is another point that I'll argue that it made the characters feel more human. And though I also found this annoying, I felt it to be way more rewarding, as in the later blocks of Tartarus, your characters almost never got tired, because now they're actually used to doing their Tartarus runs after all the fights, adding a new sense of progression that Reload doesn't have. And also, I just remembered this while I'm making this video, bruh. They literally took out the ability to give the main character multiple weapons. How? Like, why would you do this? I miss being able to run around with a battle axe. Now they just subject Makoto to using a straight sword. And another thing that Reload does is the game added a lot of quality of life improvements, but I wish they actually added more things to do overall. Maybe like a new hub area to explore, or making more social links available to us at night, especially with the extended free time in this game. Because since they removed the fatigue system like I said before, you can almost always do a block of Tartarus in one day. And I know I sound like I'm bashing Reload, but it's a great game. Just feel like Fez captures that essence more, and goes along with the true message of Persona 3. A game where death is at every turn, and nothing is certain, which is why the characters of Siege definitely seem more on edge than any other Persona cast. But I definitely got to give some things I do like about Reload. Even though some of these did get repetitive, I like how the game at least attempts to fill in some of the empty gaps with spending more time with your party members, which explores the more casual side of Siege, like watching movies together, or just having random events, and especially with the male characters, since it seems like you don't really get to spend much time with them, with only the female party members having social link options. And as mentioned before, I love the voice acting, especially with characters like Yuko, because I really liked her in Fez, but her voice acting in Reload is just perfect almost. And I get it, you know, not everyone, especially in this generation, is going to want to play games with older graphics on older systems, which was a hill that it took me forever to bridge as well. But writing people off as nostalgia biased, or saying that they're reaching just because they preferred the older games, is kind of crazy to me. Especially when without the older versions of these games, the newer versions wouldn't be possible, or might not even hit the same. But that's all I really got to say for this topic, bro. If you like these videos where I give more of my opinion on the games I play, definitely smash the like, and there will be more. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
君はね確かにあの時私のそばにいたいつだっていつだっていつだってすぐ横で笑っていたなくしても取り戻す君を I will never leave